Alright, what's up? You know what time it is. Alright, I was gonna play Code Vein, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Fridays I'm tired, okay? I could've, I should've, I didn't. So yeah, we're gonna play Pokemon. Pokemon is just like an easy stream I could just throw on. Hello? Game? What the fuck? Oh, you actually can't move the cursor on this screen. I was bugging out. I thought my game was glitched. Here, let me switch. You actually cannot move the cursor on this screen, which I feel like I should know. There's this parasite I found on a crater. What are you talking about? Here we go. Dude, every time, you're a weeaboo, but you don't really watch, like, I don't know, shonen, seinen. You kind of just watch, like, hentai and, you know, fan service shit. But that's kind of like a Parasite. I remember loving Parasite. Parasite the Maxim was so fucking good. That was like genuinely one of the most Chad anime I think I've ever seen. I felt really good. Like it lasted just long enough that I felt like they weren't, you know, overkilling it. You know what I mean? It lasted just the right amount of time. I like that. Parasite was a really good anime. I feel like it actually was one of the few anime that lived up to the hype, for sure. I like seinen. I mean, I don't even know what draws the line at seinen. I mean, obviously, I think it's just more mature stuff, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm a shonen boy. That's, you know, me, you know, if they brought back Toonami every night, I'd watch it every night if I could watch it from my computer. I get why they pushed it to weekends. And that's why my whole childhood, it was like the weekend, you know? So when Naruto starts airing in 2005, you know, that's like, oh my god, you know, I was there day one. I remember that. They had a back-to-back episode. It was crazy shit. You had like a full hour of this new hype anime. You get to get in at the ground floor. And for the next 11 years, I follow this series, you know? I followed this series so long that it outlives Toonami because they canceled Toonami because Cartoon Network are geniuses. So, hello Viv. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. Apparently, Attack on Titan seinen, which I kind of get, and also Evangelion is seinen, which I totally get. I think that's probably more appropriate. I just kind of lump it all under shonen in my head. So, you know. And honestly, I don't blame Hideki Anno for just being like... I don't blame him for ending it the way he did. You know, it's kind of meta. He's like, alright, you guys have fucking gooned these characters long enough. It's time to move on. Darker Than Black was actually really good. I didn't think I would like Darker Than Black when I tried it on Netflix that one time. This was over a decade ago. I had my friend's Netflix. And I was just watching, like, he's just said, listen, don't fuck with the shows I'm watching and you could watch whatever you want. So I remember just watching a bunch of anime because he wasn't into anime. So I was like, all right, I'll just stay in the anime category. And since then, Netflix has completely, like, cracked down on password sharing, but now they're allegedly bringing it back. So who even fucking knows anymore? Helsing. Cowboy Bebop's obviously good. I've never watched Steins Gate, and I've been meaning to. And Fate is whatever. Now, I've heard of Dimension W, and I've watched a little bit of Gundam. You know, we always talk about, like, Gundam, or rather, like, representation. Gundam might be one of the most diverse anime I think I've ever seen in my life, especially given the time it was made. And it never gets that credit, ever. Like, genuinely, Gundam might have some of the most diversity out of almost any show out there. In the 70s, these motherfuckers put every kind of race in it. Black Lagoon was depressing. Mirai Nikki and Akame ga Kill. I didn't really like it. I knew that they just made a bunch of really weeby-looking females. Gridman. So my introduction to Gridman was randomly watching the show on it wasn't on Toonami when I first watched it. It came to Toonami later. but I had no idea what the fuck Gridman was at all. And, you know, it was one of the new anime that season. I was like, okay, sure, I'll watch it, whatever. You know, maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. Dude, SSSS Gridman was seriously one of the coolest anime that season. That was fucking fire. I remember watching that. It must have been pre-COVID. And I was like, dude, this shit is so fire. Lupin the Third's good, but it's really hard to find all the other parts for it. It's got like 7 or 8 parts. And I've only seen the later parts. Dead Man Wonderland I wasn't a big fan of. I think I dropped it. I was like, Tokyo Ghoul was good, but I never watched any more after Route A. And Route A came out in like, what, 2016? That just wasn't my speed. Dead Man manga's great. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. You know, I don't know. There's too much shonen for me to watch, is really what it boils down to. So if I'm going to watch anime, especially at this point, it's just an excuse to basically watch One Piece. Like, I'll watch... This is what I usually do. I leapfrog it, right? So I'll watch One Piece for like it... Was that a shiny? It'll be there anyway if if it wasn't. You know, I'll watch like one arc of One Piece, and then I'll go watch another show for like a season or 2 or 3. And then I'll go watch another arc. I did that with Hunter x Hunter. I was like, oh, you know, I'm kind of tired after Whole Cake. I wasn't really feeling it. Let me go watch Hunter x Hunter, because another one of my friends made a suggestion to watch it. I actually enjoyed it, you know, as a Togashi fan, you know, being that Yu Yu Hakusho was one of the anime that got me into anime forever, I was kind of like, okay, let's go watch. Let's see what's happening over here. Gantz Blame, Knights of Sidonia had a great first season, and then like you could tell they just weren't going to animate it through, so the second season has a really abrupt and weird wrap up. It just feels weird. And all I ever hear about Seven Deadly Sins is it's fucking like really lewd and porny. Blue Exorcist has a really good premise, but then I just feel like everything, I don't know, like it's hard for me to get into. I'm not really enjoying it as much as I thought I would. I don't hate it, you know, I'm not indifferent on it anymore, but I don't know, it has an interesting premise, and then like, you know, some anime just fall victim to what I like to call the curse of fan service, which is really just fan service. It's like they feel the need that everything has to be lewd. You know, I like anime where like there's a bunch of characters, they have powers or, you know, cool things, and like, you know, some fan service is whatever, right? But I don't like it when it's the whole service or the whole, you know, existence of certain characters. That's something that just kind of kills it for me. If like one character, their entire existence is whatever. Sidonia manga is over. Yeah, so apparently Knights of Sidonia goes way beyond the fucking anime. The anime is like only a small snippet of the beginning. And then they just, you could tell that second season, they just really were kind of done with it. They were like, yeah. And what studio was it? A10? So whatever, you know, they made Ajin, which is a show I actually really liked. I loved Ajin. Ajin was cool as fuck. And I think they made one other show I liked. I can't remember. It might have just been those two. But Ajin was really dope. The problem was that you could tell, again, they kind of have like a really good first season, and the second season of Anjin was better than the second season of Sidonia, in my opinion, but you could tell they were just kind of done with it. They just, you know, they just moved on. You know, and Ajin really felt like a show, from my memory of it at least, where no character felt stupid. Every character felt like they had a valid reason for doing what they did. You know, so you have characters that are actually like, you know, like there's basically in one part of Ajin, I'll kind of spoiler free it. They're trying to capture this dude who's immortal, and he's like really good. He's like a trained military expert. So the Japanese self-defense force, you know, they understand that like if they shoot this guy dead, basically, they have about maybe 5 or 6 seconds before he reanimates and then kills them all. So they actually constantly take turns putting bullets in him as they try to like get him into a van to sedate him and take him away. And it's actually really smart how they went about doing it. The only thing that they didn't, you know, they failed to comprehend is that people on the rooftops would be his allies, and they shot one of the guys right as he was going to shoot him, and he was able to escape. It felt like something that was genuinely out of their control that they just fucked up on. And they could not, but other than that, I was really impressed. I'm like, oh, they didn't come in. Oh, we got a shiny. They didn't come in and handle this like fucking idiots. They actually were really smart about how they did this. Like, wow. I was genuinely like blown away by how well this anime, how well done this anime was. Like, for real. I had a lot of fun. That is something I will say. I genuinely enjoyed that. Made in Abyss. One of my friends is into Made in Abyss. Macross is all that music online, and Space Dandy is kind of like Fooly Cooly. I just couldn't get into it. But you've mentioned like 2 anime that I watched on Netflix. Darker Than Black and Black... No, Black Bullet wasn't on Netflix. That Black Bullet was something I watched like the year after that. I like Black Bullet. Kill la Kill just has good animation, but I wasn't like really into it. That was another anime that got like super hyped up, and I just wasn't feeling... By the way, was that a shiny Alolan Raichu, or is that just how they look on the Switch? I actually have no idea. What? I flinched. Is that just how Alolan Raichu look? I guess so. Oh my god. Are you fucking for real, dude? I almost should reload that just to get another shot at the Alolan Raichu. I really should, actually. Do we have anything else? We didn't get a single shiny Pikachu after all of that. Oh my fucking lord. I am getting robbed on this game. That's why I always save. All these I liked, and after finishing them, I just goon because modern shit sucks. You know, like... What Okay, it saved after I caught this, which is actually really nice. For once, the autosave kind of helped me more than it fucked me. Would you believe that? Oh my god. I'm a retired veteran otaku shut-in, but I have a great track record. You know, I mean, I would say that, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in there that we share, despite, you know, how different, I guess, our anime objectives are, if that's a good way of putting it. We definitely share a lot of common DNA, which is really fun. Look at that high roll, by the way. Oh my god, dude. This is hell. How is this impossible? It makes me sad. They were going to make a remake or a reboot of Megas XLR, and Cartoon Network shut it down because Cartoon Network is the biggest piece of shit network in the history of humanity. And if I totally wasn't held captive... If I wasn't held captive because they have Toonami, I genuinely would fucking never watch it again. That's the only reason. Because they have Adult Swim. That's the only reason. You ever watch any of the Tales anime? You see, that's the thing, is that because I played the Tales video games, I never watched the Tales anime. The same thing, and I remember watching the DMC anime, but I wasn't a huge fan of that, to be completely honest. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Okay. Let's get the thing. Oh my fucking god. I know, thank you. Yeah, I never watched any RPG-based anime either. Like, I could just play the game, is basically my rationale for it. I was like, why am I gonna watch an anime that I know is gonna be inferior to the game I like when I could just play the game? Oh, fuck! No! Dude, I'm gonna get fucking... There you go. Why did I do all that platforming? What the hell was that for? I actually used a 4-star berry for this, so I actually need to get all the stuff out of it, by the way. Oh, I didn't even mention this. So for anyone who hasn't watched Pokemon, you know, just in case you're watching this as a playthrough, they've released update 2 point something. Basically what 2 point something whatever does is you can now buy berries from this one guy near Novu Truck 3. You can buy any base game berry. So there you go. So I'll show this just for anyone who's new, or for anyone who's wondering like why the hell I'm doing all this. If you go to this truck over here, they just added this. They didn't even give you a notification or anything. You could talk to this dude right here, and he allows you to buy any berry you want, and you could choose, you know, batches of 1, 10, 50, and 100, like so. And so basically, I've been using this to create guaranteed 2-star berries, or 2-star donuts. So you just buy like 1,000 of them, and you just make a whole bunch of donuts. Now I wish they would add that system to other parts of this game, but it is what it is. Hello, Warlord. All right, we're gonna do the Fennekin hole because I want to do that. We need to actually do this. We just need to catch a Hisuian quillfish. Sharpedo. I mean, we could try. It's guaranteed 2 stars. That's the only thing I don't... I mean, I guess if you could do any more, it'd be kind of cheesy, but whatever. All right, let's see how... Because you don't get a lot of time for anything, whatever. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm kind of rambling now. Let's just hop in. Also, every time you leave a hole and you're about to dive into another, save your game in the overworld, okay? So these are some of the shinies I caught. I caught 3 Litleo. Unfortunately, they're all female. I have yet to get a shiny male Litleo. Fletchling, Electrike again. I have more Electrikes here than anything else. We caught another shiny Swablu, which is kind of nice. Ooh, look at that. And then we have both versions of Raichu. There you go. Again, I'm trying to put together a team of all shiny Eevees. We're getting somewhere with it. I think we have enough, actually. How many do we have again? 3, 4, 7, 8. I think we have enough. Well, you can never have too many. Seriously, remember how I used to fiend for shinies on a... Look, this will only give us 3 minutes. We don't want alpha power. That's the only thing, is that if you use Rosalie berries, you're likely to get alpha power. I don't even know what Teensy power does. Whatever. When am I evolving Leo? Never. I'm not reading that. I'm surprised YouTube even let that go through live chat. What the fuck are they doing? Okay, Fletchling. Fletchling again. Oh, this is a dog shit hole. Houndoom. Dude, what the fuck are we talking about right now? This is a reset. This is dog shit. They also changed something else. You can now have up to 9,999 Mega Shards. They changed that as well, for anyone wondering. Alright, so what sucks is that this is actually close enough, but it's terrible. Like, I have to run all the way around. There's just certain spawn points that are just better than other spawn points, and this is one of the ones that really just sucks. So we're gonna be in... You know, we're not... fuck me, dude. Hello, Ash. No, I just collect shinies. That's what I do. That's what I did in Arceus. Got any shinies today? Yeah, another Eevee. We have 8 shiny Eevees now. We're going to be able to have the entire shiny Eevee set. Because getting Eevees in this game is actually faster than getting them in Arceus. Arceus, I guess... No, okay, let me take that back. Arceus, it's technically not bad. But what you have to do in Arceus... You ever make the mistake of letting a rando co-op on your stream? No. Not that I can remember. I mean, Final Fantasy is by definition co-op. but never, no, like, you're supposed to play it online with randoms. I got back into Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, can I port my Switch 1 games to my Switch 2, please? Like, I'm really sorry I did not do it ahead of time. You know, like, because now there's no way to do it, I don't think. Because I already started using this Switch 2. I don't even know how it works. I don't know how it works. I'd love to put all my Switch 1 bullshit on my Switch 2. Except, obviously, for this game, I can't have the Switch 1 version on here because I already have the Switch 2 version. I don't even know how to do it. Because they're having all kinds of updates and shit. They're having Animal Crossing New Horizons. I think Raiden came in the other day and he was talking about Donkey Kong, which I read, actually. Wait, what the hell? How do I see it again? Shit, I opened it and now it's gone. Here we go. They have a new update for Donkey Kong, which adds Dixie Kong. Right? Just out of nowhere, just a free update for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So, like, my thing is, I already opened my Switch 2, obviously. I don't really have a lot of games on here, right? Like, 90% of these games I don't really care about, except Pokemon. If it wasn't for Pokemon, I'd reset. Like, what have I really played on the Switch? I guess Bonanza. Like, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime, you kind of just replay from zero anyway. You know, like, if I hypothetically played it again, I'd be fine with it. But I've already started playing my Switch 2, and I don't think... Well, I don't want to open system settings, because sometimes they have your IP and shit in there. I don't know. Oh, and I guess I'm playing KOTOR 2, so I kind of don't want to lose my data for KOTOR 2. But whatever. Nintendo is probably going to make a Pokemon collection. Check Discord? Okay, I will. Nintendo's going to make a Pokemon collection for Switch 2 because they're getting desperate. I don't think Nintendo is desperate at fucking all. At fucking all, I'm just being honest. I think Nintendo is perfectly fine where they are with the crazy amounts of money. The Switch 2 being one of the fastest selling consoles in history with basically like 2 games at launch. I don't think they're desperate. I think since the Switch they've hit pay dirt. Let's see. Use the system. Yeah, I tried that. You have to do it during the initial setup. And I'm obviously not... My Switch 2 has already been used. It's not on the initial setup. So what I might do, and this is just going to be the most expensive and stupid possible decision. I tried exactly this setup, Ash. I did. I wish it was that simple. You have to... Yeah, it's really not great. I might have to buy a second Switch 2... and then move my save data from one Switch 2 to another. I don't even know if you can do that, though. Wait, hold on. What the hell happened? Netflix quietly cancels live-action anime remake after a divisive 3rd season. It's not One Piece. What the fuck was it? That One Piece season isn't even out yet. Alice in Borderland? Oh, I've heard about that, I think. Someone's probably mentioned it. Alright, there's a bunch of stories here. Queen's Blood will return in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Pokemon Company confirms Global Interactive Park something. Pokemon Legends ZA released version 2.0.1. Fix it. Oh yeah, and they fixed the scaffolding glitch, by the way, for anyone wondering. They actually did patch it. Now listen, these dudes move and patch it like molasses, by the way. But they did eventually patch it, so I cannot be that annoyed. It would be, like, I don't know, my expectations are low, obviously. But they did patch the scaffolding bug. Check Discord again. How to safely... Okay. I won't play this online, but yeah, I'll look into it. I remember looking into it, and I was like, oh, you can't transfer once it's there. I'll look after this, okay? I promise. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate it. As always, I appreciate your help and your know-how and things, Nintendo. Because half the time I didn't Google that hard, okay? I Googled for like an hour or so. Okay, what I just did was incredibly unsafe. There very well could have been a shiny Fletchling and I could have scared it off and I just did not even check. That was very unsafe of me to do. I should not have done that. Okay, very nice. Ah! Still salty about no Prince of Persia? I mean, like, look on the bright side. It was probably going to be woke and bad. Now it just won't come out. Like, am I mad that one of my favorite games is not getting a remake? Yeah. But then I just remember how modern day Ubisoft is, and remember, it could always be fucking worse. Always. We got nothing. I'm getting my donut back. No, you know what I am gonna do? Yeah, let's quit. I'm gonna reload. What I need to do is here. I'll Google this. How to transfer Switch to save data to another Switch 2. That's really what I want to do. Transfer your save data. Both consoles must be updated to the latest system version. That's probably what I need to do, which is going to be an incredibly stupid and expensive fucking thing to do. But I am going to have two Switch 2 consoles. Think about this. I'm going to have 2 Switch 2 consoles, okay? That's a huge bird. 2 Switch 2 consoles, and... No, Twitter's based now. Twitter's like 50-50, but Twitter is definitely not what it was in 2022, 2023. Motherfuckers got banned off Twitter back in the day for anything under the fucking sun. You could hate Elon all you want, but Elon will let motherfuckers go on Twitter and basically tweet whatever the hell they want. Oh, you see how this is not going to work, by the way? Look at this. Look how much little time we have. Well, we're in luck, because I wouldn't have made it up here in time anyway. Twitch? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to have to buy a second Switch 2. And then I think I'll just give my own... Because, okay, here's the thing. Here's what sucks. I don't really want to... Okay, I don't know if I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm going to be honest with you. But I think what I'll have to do is buy a second Switch 2... port my stuff over to it from my Switch 1, right? Like everything, they patched BDSP, and then like I don't want to stay on that Switch, so then how do I move stuff from that new Switch to the other Switch? I don't even know how that's gonna work, and that's like an extra $500 that I'm just not willing to spend, all because I fucked up the first time and I should have just been smart about it. I already spent $200 today, which is ridiculous, so fuck me, I guess. And I'm still paying my computer, so fuck me, I guess. I get what I fucking deserve. Alright, I really don't want to use... Yeah, just use this. Just give us 1,000. Yes, they do. That's why YouTube is based. YouTube is right in the middle of based and shit. Oh! Let's fucking go, boys. Now, this is the one time I don't overkill it with a damn donut. Would you believe this bullshit? Whatever. Thank you, Ash. This got me to look, and I will definitely do it. Because I just want to have everything on one console. Like, you know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to do all this stuff. You know, at first I was like, why would I do that? I'll just have both consoles. But now that I have all these wires and shit all over the place, you know, like, do I really want to go back to my Switch 1? Maybe if I want to play, like, you know, I was saying to Ash before, like, maybe if I want to play, like, a second round of some of these other Pokemon games. Like, let's say hypothetically, right? Because Ash will help me out, I'm sure. She's real nice. Like, if I wanted to play Legends Arceus again, do I want to go back to my Switch? Do I want to play it on this game or this console? No, I just want to have my master saves on this console, you know? And that way, like, if I just want to pop in Arceus, I don't have to go back to my Switch 1. You know, like, it just makes more sense. Because, like, I did promise a long time ago that I was going to play Let's Go Pikachu, right? Like, the only thing that would benefit would be if I wanted to go back and play Let's Go Eevee again, right? Because that, I mean, I don't really want to. Maybe. And, like, I should just use my Switch 1 as, like, an alternate Switch, which kind of just makes sense. Ah, fuck me. I don't know if I want to buy a new Switch. But here's the thing, there's a bunch of games coming out from now until my birthday. Okay, it's more like there's like 5 games next month, and then like nothing in March. So I'm wondering if I should just get a Switch 2. how is this gonna work? I could move all my Switch 1 data to the other Switch 2, and then move that to this one? It's gonna destroy my playtime, isn't it? I don't think there's gonna be a way to save my playtime, huh? Because that's one of the few things I like, is I like being able to compare and see how much playtime I have on different games. But I don't know, like, I would prefer if they didn't delete and destroy my playtime, because that's one of the few things I like about the Switch, is you could actually tell what's your most played game by console. Obviously on here, I've only played like 5 games, and these other 2 down here I've just put in. Ironically, we could have just played KOTOR on the Switch, which I did not know. I don't know, man. Look, it shouldn't matter, but it does, right? Like, you know, I like looking at my thing and seeing, oh, you played Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Fire Emblem Three Hopes, Fire Emblem Three Houses, right? And what was the other one? Arceus and Xenoblade. You know, it tells a story. The only game whose to play time is fucked on my Switch 1 is Xenoblade 1, because I legitimately played it on another console. Shout out to Instant Retreat, because that was the year that my PC broke, and I got this PC. Ugh. Let's see. System transfer. Transfer user data. You can upload save data and download it on the new one. Yeah, I'd rather just transfer all this stuff. Moving to Switch 2. They don't really tell you how to do Switch 2 to Switch 2. That's what sucks. Okay. The KOTOR remake didn't get canceled. That's too far along. Let's see. Here's a Reddit post. Let's see. It does not factory reset your original Switch. Okay, I know that. How to transfer save data to a nearby console. See, everyone was smart. I'm the only motherfucker that wasn't smart about it. I was like, I'll just leave it. Who cares? And now, a couple months in, I'm like, yeah, I should have totally transferred. 100%. That was a huge fucking mistake. What was the other Star Wars RPG that got canceled? It definitely wasn't the KOTOR remake. Not that I, you know, particularly love. Apparently, there's also a KOTOR 2 remake coming. Yeah, it's still happening. It's alive and well. Shifting hands from Aspire. But, like, how... See, this is the thing I don't understand. How the fuck could you have any difficulty with a KOTOR 2 remake? Again, this whole remaking of old games, it doesn't even make fucking sense, dude. It's like, this game exists already. Like, what? You're literally just taking what already existed, and even if you're literally making it from the ground up, you have the roadmap. You have the plot. You have the roadmap. You have it. Like, you could even look to Mass Effect for inspiration at this point, because Mass Effect is downwind of this, you know? What I need to transfer, I want to put everything on this Switch 2, but you can't system transfer once you start using the Switch 2. It doesn't work. You have to system transfer your Switch 1 during the initial setup. And because I did not do that, this Switch 2 now exists as an independent entity. The only way I could get back to there is to effectively destroy my data. I have to factory reset this to get back to that menu. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, yo, two! Holy fuck. Oh my god, and we were swapping these as well? Oh my god, it's like 3 Fennekins. Okay, we'll keep going. Ash, do you want a shiny Fennekin? If you're still here. Shiny Fennekin. I have every Pokeball but the Master Ball, which obviously I wouldn't use anyway. Me losing the Master Ball is literally me just losing Exodia. I would have killed that motherfucker, Weevil. I actually would have sent him to the legit Shadow Realm, from which there is no escape. Anyway. At least I get to keep the Pokemon. That Gallade is gonna have the world's craziest story. Seriously. But I also think that you should... I do think that you should be able to break a Pokeball, or sorry, release a Pokemon and get the Pokeball back. But we all know that's never happening. Oh, Lord. I mean, people are just gonna hack this shit in. You might as well just let the actual legit players know. Ubi Flop tried to make Prince of Persia live service and open world. No, I just think that they tried to wokeify Prince of Persia and... like, basically make Farah into a girl boss. And look, I'm all for, like, very attractive Persian and Indian women in games, which never really happens, which is really a shame in a completely untapped vein. But, like, holy shit, dude. Like, these games already exist. KOTOR already came out 23 years ago. Prince of Persia, it came out the same year or the year after Sands of Time, right? Sands of Time was like 2002, 2003. Right? How the fuck could you not make a remake of a game that already exists? You know? Like yeah, I get it's different than a remaster, but all the pieces are there. How do you fuck it up? That's how, you know, like, it just doesn't make sense. Well, we know you, Narg. Don't worry. You are, oh, good lord. You know, they finally have a chance to do KOTOR 2 right. And they just fuck it. I don't know, man. The fact that they're not developing these back-to-back as like a dual pack is crazy. Because that's what they would have done back in the day. Remember in the 2010s when a lot of studios re-released all their OG amazing projects? And then one day they just stopped? Remember when you could get like Dragon Ball, Budokai 1 and 3? I don't know why they skipped 2. You know, the Sony games had all the... what are they called? They had all the Sony platformers, and they had Prince of Persia and Tomb Raider. They all had trilogies get released. Like, I don't know why they stopped, but whatever. We could sit here and, you know, whatever about that, so. I don't know what Konami is or isn't lazy about with Yu-Gi-Oh! I stopped. I never really was into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I just have a bunch of cards. It is what it is. The PSP and DS Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, you know how old those games are? You realize that PSP came out 20 years ago now, right? And the DS came out 22 years ago? DS came out right around the time of Pokemon Emerald, like what was it, like a couple weeks after, or a couple months after the Game Boy Micro? The Game Boy Micro is technologically cool as fuck. The problem is, will you ever use it? I used it for a bit. Yeah, Duel Links, isn't that the one that they still use? Is apparently not that great. They didn't want to milk people like a bleeding cow. Well, it doesn't stop them. I don't know, man. All these games are done. Like, you just literally... what else you... oh, yeah, it's a gacha. Okay. See, I didn't know that. I don't know. I'm not that diehard into Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not even that diehard into Pokemon. I mean, like, yeah, I'll grind Pokemon... but the reason I like Pokemon is because you could pick up a Pokemon game any year and still kind of have like half of an adventure. You know, a lot of RPGs, you get to the end of the game, that's it. The game's over. The end. Thanks for playing. You know? I like that Pokemon is like this unending journey, you know? But what makes me sad about Pokemon, and I don't know, maybe Ash feels this way a little bit, but I kind of want to see... and I know this is definitely outside the scope of this game, 100%. But I kind of wish I could see what's going on in Kalos now. I'm way more interested in 5 years later Kalos than I ever was with Paldea. Like, genuinely. I want to know what the hell's going on. Where's the missing gym leaders? Where's what? How could they even propose such a project or such lore and then not have a DLC to capitalize on it? You know? I'm really hoping that, like, we get a surprise DLC announcement for this game. I genuinely would be really happy to figure out, like, what the fuck's going on, you know, introduce some new characters. Because someone made, like, an anime-style opening of this game. I meant to send it in the Discord, and I was, like, blown away. I'm like, this game is, like, the JoJo of Pokemon. All these weird fucking trainers are bound together by Mega Evolution. And they're, you know, they as much as I don't like some of the characters, and I feel like we needed more... you know, there's like 10 or so unique characters in this game, all with their own unique megas. And I thought that was fucking cool as shit. And sadly, here we are. It makes me really sad that, like, if the story wasn't just, like, cheesy ways to make you fight the same characters over and over until it gets to the real meat, we could add some real character development. And I think that could have been really cool if, like, you actually went, you know, the upper echelon of levels weren't just random trainers. You don't just skip half the fucking story. This game is seriously held back by the fact that they, not even that it's contained in Lumios, it's held back by the fact that it doesn't go all the way with the ZA Royale, which should have been what it should have been about, right? There's some real potential in this game, but even as it is, I still enjoyed it a lot. I don't know, maybe that one animation had me really hyped. You know what, let me see if I can find it real quick. This should have me really fucking hype. It was on Reddit, I think. Oh, Lord. I'll send it to Ash, because I know Ash will appreciate it. Damn, removed by moderator, removed by moderator, removed by moderator. Fantastic. This is the problem. I like... Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna fucking grab that. Oh, by the way, was Tanabe the director of Pokemon? Sorry, of Metroid Prime? I think Tanabe was the director or the producer of Metroid Prime 4. And he's been working on Prime and Metroid for a while, I think. And he says, considering my age, I felt this might be my last chance to work on a Metroid Prime series title. I planned this game as the first installment of the Psylux saga. I designed Psylux as a dark, deeply resentful, and despicable villain. And from this game onward, Samus realized a direct confrontation with him is inevitable and that she must defeat him completely. Okay, I mean, that's not... I don't know. I'm not going to get into spoiling fucking Metroid Prime 4 here, but... I don't know. Was this the right thing? Yeah, is it going to play sound? Oh, yeah, well, okay, that's it. There you go. I thought that shit was cool. I was like, brother, sometimes there's some really cool stuff that you could see in the Pokemon universe, man. No, Tanabe's done good work. It's not his fault. I just think that Metroid Prime 4 was the victim of, hey, we need a new Metroid game. And then it just became either feature creep or it stalled in development and they put a lot of money into it. I don't know whose fault it really is. But Tanabe has done good work. It's not his fault. I think that they took over the Bamco version and they just kind of kept a lot of things that ended up becoming more like tumors than helpful things. No, don't blame Tanabe for that. He's done well. He's done the other Metroid Primes, which are, you know, Metroid Prime 1 still has one of the highest ratings on Metacritic, for what it's worth. One of the most perfect evolutions of a series I think I've ever seen in my life. Okay, we still have 2. Okay, we're getting robbed right now. Maybe we should go catch these 2. Let's not get greedy, because you know it's going to take me a bit. But my thing is, I don't know, man. Like, spoiler-free, I don't know how they're going to have a series off of that. I'm just being honest with you. But he's retiring, and you know what? Like I said, a lot of these greats at Nintendo are going to retire, dude. They're getting up there in age. I'm sure Miyamoto probably does not work as hard as he used to. Dude is in his 70s now? You know, it was like almost 50 years ago these dudes were releasing... Was it 50 years ago? 40 years ago. It was like 40 years ago these dudes were making, you know, the fucking NES. Think about that. When I first showed up on the scene playing Nintendo games, it was, what, like 13, 14 years into them making games, right? It was like 99. I remember I was playing Mario Kart 64 at my dentist's office. That was like one of my earliest memories of playing, because, you know, back in the day, they would have the colorful, like, things to hold consoles in. You go in, you play for a bit, but I never got to play enough, and that's why I told my mom I want us N64. And my mom was like, no, you're going to get the new console. And I was like, but I want the N64. How do I know if there's going to be anything I like on the new console? She was correct. She was correct. It was GameCube time. 100%. She knew it. She knew better than me. That might have been one of the last times she knew better than me about games, but it worked out. I'm not mad at it. Think about all the memories I have because I played GameCube games. It was so lit. It was such a good time. Okay, let's catch this. Do these things flee? I actually have no idea. Oh no, they do! Okay, we caught them. That was very lucky, by the way. That very easily could have been a disaster. That's actually really lucky that we caught them in that manner. Alright, there you go. See, this is why you never give up. I should have just moved on and been like, what the fuck ever. Nope. See, that I disagree with that. I still think they're cooking today. They might not have a billion games like they... Oh, another one. We got 3. That's crazy work, by the way. I still think there's tons of really... Oh, nice. Very nice. There's tons of Nintendo games I still think are really good. Like, Xenoblade as a series is fucking fire. Oh my god. I love Xenoblade. Xenoblade is so fun. And all it took was for this dude to get screwed on multiple projects over the span of however many years. He had to get screwed on, like, Xenosaga. He never got to make Xenogears 2, I'm pretty sure. And dude came out with a vengeance. He was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm making the ultimate game. And he was, you know, you gotta just wonder how nice it must feel to finally be able to make the game that you want to make. And no nagging bosses telling you can't, you know? Like this, yes, this is the game I want to make. Spray. Uh-oh. That and oh, yeah, I knew I didn't even listen to it with music. I clicked on it, yeah, but I knew you would like it. And for me, it's like, look at how cool these characters look. Imagine if this was an official trailer. Do you know how cool this game would be if it had more characters? This has the potential to be the best Pokemon game ever. Sadly, it's not going to be, but I still think it's up there. Like, with a couple balancing changes, obviously a no dex cut, and like and abilities back, this could be one of the best Pokemon games ever created. But I know I'm high on copium right now. You gotta get the fuck out the way. I am literally huffing it right now. We're gonna be able to shiny hunt effectively for 3 minutes. What even is Humongo Power? I don't even know. I knew you would like it, so that's why I sent it to you. Crazy how you can't talk about Pikmin in a video? What are you talking about? Catch Pokemon undetected? Are you out of your fucking mind, dude? Then look where they spawned me. It's one way. Well, not catching these dudes. Look away, asshole. Look away, asshole. Look away, asshole. Look away, asshole. You're one of my favorite water types, but I will still... What a dick. Look at that. Dude, it bounced off him. Did you see that shit? That's the thing I hate. This game has, like, really fucked up, like, impacts. There you go. And then he left? He respawned. What the fuck is going on in this game? There's a new Pikmin game? What are you talking about? Are we sure about this? How sure of this are you? Because people make rumor mill shit all the time. Make sure it wasn't just one dude. Oh, it's always very freaky how that works. All right, cool. I mean, look, they give you just enough time to pretty much do at least a handful of these tasks. See, me, I'm fast. I'm playing this like Doom. Clauncher and Clawitzer. Yeah, someone pointed this out. They gave Clawitzer a Mega. Or, sorry, they didn't give Clawitzer a Mega, but they gave Clauncher, or Dragalge, the counterpart, a fucking Mega. Yeah, I kind of wish that there were, like, look, I'm tired of people. Does anyone fucking defend Dynamax anymore? Like, can we all just say it was bad? I'm not even saying they should never bring it back. I'm just saying, like, it was really stupid. Megas were just so much cooler. They hit the nail on the head. Like, at this point, why don't they just make a DLC and then they just give Flygon a Mega? Could you imagine how much money they'd fucking print if they introduced, like, an old school trainer and they gave her a Flygon or some shit? Shit! Okay, we're gonna save. Because I'm about to fuck this up royally. It's over there. Okay, good. Good thing I saved. I'm gonna reach it in time, right? Yeah, I will. Okay. My only thing is, I don't think they should abandon turn-based. I think they should have a mode where you could do both. I think they should have a game primarily based this way, because turn-based would just be easy to adapt, you know, and then they could have different online methods of play. Do you want to play turn-based? You should be able to switch it, I feel. Do you want to play classic, or do you want to play real-time? And I think that would be so cool. Like, there's so much they could do with this, and I feel like they're just not going to, because it's Game Freak, and it's, you know, whatever. In other news, Beast of Reincarnation is coming out this year, so I'm going to be playing that. We need to actually catch an Overquill. So we're going to catch that. We should catch a bunch, actually. I'm always going to cope about this game, by the way. I'm not reading that. I can only imagine how weirded out Ash is by 90% of the stuff Narg says in my chat. I can only imagine. Good lord. Okay. Out. Because basically what... I'm not bitching about that today. I'm tired. I genuinely was tired. And we're only going to play for like another 20 minutes, so whatever you got in you that you want to get out, I'm only playing for another 20 minutes. Where is everything? What the fuck? But yeah, like, obviously there's way more quality of life that they could put in. But I am not mad at all with how they handled some things at all. Okay, are you gonna be able to hit it? Fuck. Skrelp? Skrelp is not aggressive. Okay. What's wrong with Megamax? Dynamaxing just isn't as cool. Like, Dynamaxing, I don't think it doesn't change your abilities. All it does is it makes Pokemon stats get way bigger. It just feels like a very lazy way to, like, nerf Megas. Megas still had abilities. They still had a lot of things going on. And that's why I like Megas a lot. Megas still had, like, a lot of soul. It was, like, cool redesigns. None of it was permanent, obviously, which is fine. Right, like, I'm not gonna be mad that, you know, Megas weren't permanent. I think that's kind of the cool fun of it, is that you could have a team full of all kinds of Pokemon. Like, yeah, not every Pokemon needs to be Mega-able. That's not a word. Not every Pokemon needs to have a Mega. I feel like every Pokemon should have at least one gimmick, but it's just way easier, in my opinion, to give every Pokemon a Mega than it is to give them something that might not be as good as, I can't climb. This is a glitch. I'm glitched. I literally can't move. Holy shit. That's a glitch, actually. If you get on a ladder too quickly after doing the phone hover, you actually merge into the ladder at a weird angle. I've had that happen before. It's really funny, actually. Thankfully, you could always fast travel out of it, but there I was able to free myself. It is definitely not soft locking. I think almost every problem with this game could have been solved by giving more areas, personally. Okay. Oh, fuck. I hate this area because it's really hard to find this. Oh, shit. Alpha. No, my bonus ball. Help, 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 help. Fuck. Okay, I don't know where it is. I have to find it. I want the bonus ball. See, what I would also like is if the other main character and the other helper person showed up in a DLC, like if the dimensions really were crossing. You know how cool that would be? That would be like really dope. I'd like that. Fuck, dude. Oh my god, this is so annoying. What, Pokemon ZA normal berries. My fucking Chrome is freezing. Hilarious. It's still frozen. You actually want to hit ladders on the way down, by the way. You want to hit any object on the way down. It's actually kind of funny. Excellent. Dude, am I getting this bonus ball? Seriously, where the hell is it? I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm not gonna find the bonus ball. Dude, I might not find this. I'm not getting victimized by Hoopa. I just don't know where it is, and I don't know if I'll find it. It might be... By the way, I love this. This is so fucking cool. You just see like an upside down. You can see like the dream energy leaking in. By the way, what a great face. This is picture perfect. I'm gonna hang this one in a fucking... Oh no! Whoops. We're gonna be able to hang this one in the Louvre one day. Just chef's kiss on that one. I'm not finding this bonus ball. I'm gonna climb up. I have to figure out what the best berry combo is. If you could actually get a 3-star berry, but I don't know if you can. Is it up here? Shit! I got a lock on, but I don't know if it might have been up there. I fell off. Oh, shit. Let's see. Obviously, normal berries, yeah, but I want to know because normal berries are infinitely farmable. I don't want to use hyper berries. Okay. Let's see. The levels come down to how many levels the actual berry boosts it by. You'll be able to boost any Pokemon to a max level of 200. While you can make donuts that boost a Pokemon more than 100 levels, it will not go past level 100. If you want to have the hyperspace butter, so you could do... five Hyper Aqua berries, 2 Hyper Tangas and 1 Hyper Choppel. You could just use 8 Hyper Tanga as well. Need to get the sweet stat as high as possible. I don't know if there's a way to do it. It's all focusing on hyper berries. I guess I have to experiment. Yacht, Wakan, Aka, it's all hyper, even for mid-game. You could get some crazy fucking berries, though, man. Yeah, I wonder what's the highest berries you could get, the best berries that you can get with normal, or best donuts you could get with normal berries. I have no idea. I might not get this bonus ball. I have no idea where it is. Alright, well the good news is it's not up here. Oh, dude, I forgot I was supposed to catch these fucking things. Are you serious? I'm screwed. I'm screwed, dude. I'm not gonna find this stupid ball. I mean, I'd rather take the ball over whatever, but it's just annoying. I know I'm fucked here. I know I'm not gonna find it. It's gonna annoy the shit out of me, because where else would it be? I think we've already been over here. Oh, look at this. Look at this spot. All right, so knowing that it's here, we're going to try to get as many extra balls as we can. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Yeah, once it spawns, it doesn't move. But yeah, speaking of what Warlord was talking about, like back in the day when I was a kid, like I just missed that GameCube era style of game. I don't really, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I promise you it does in my head, okay? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this, am I? I got caught on the stupid rocks. Okay, I'm just taking these two and I'm out of here. I got caught on the stupid fucking rocks, man. Would you believe that? Whatever. There's probably a way to do it. You need a Pokemon with extreme speed, which I do not have. Get it. Nah, can't get it. That's really all that matters. You want to get the bonus ball because it gives you the best stuff. So yeah, you could use 2 stars, but I don't know. Maybe we have to buy a bunch of berries and then just experiment. That's pretty much what I'm going to have to do. Okay, where was I going? Not this thing. By the way, there's also an unnamed NPC next to Wild Zone 17 who apparently sells TMs. So let's buy some Babiri. Colbur. They might, I don't know, whatever. Let's see. Haban. I'm gonna stay above 1 million. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll experiment. I'll let people know my findings. Apparently there's a dude in an alleyway somewhere around. Oh my god, it's a Dragonair hole. Fuck. That's gonna be so annoying. If there's any way possible to get to 3-star with normal berries, that would be game-changing, like, literally. That would be, like, life-altering. Down here? Yeah, here we go. I got some real good stuff. Here we go. So they have brand new TMs. Ancient Power. Look at all this. Ash, did you know about this? They added a whole bunch of TMs to this game. Look at this. Vacuum Wave. So now you actually have like a decent pedal dance, which I'm not a huge fan of. Solar Blade. Fissure, Sheer Cold, Meteor Beam. Steel Beam, which is good. And then they give you some of these, right? So these are all new moves that they added. Steel Beam, Fissure, Sky Attack. It'll take some time to carry out. Solar Blade. Vacuum Wave, Scald. Scald could be good. Scald will give good coverage. Scale shot. Increase the user's movement speed. Muddy water. Frost breath. Yeah, storm throw. Hell, storm throw might be like a good move to use because there's not a lot of good fighting moves in this game. Blaze kick. Drain punch. I like how they actually gave a good valid reason to like farm this out. Magnet bomb. Another strong steel. Oh, because I was complaining that there weren't really good steel moves. Maybe magnet bomb is good. Comet punch. Chilling water is a good debuff move. Like they added, like again, more good stuff. I just wish they would keep doing this. Like honestly, I would be okay, man. I would be so okay if they just push Pokemon Gen 10 to like 2028. I would not even fucking complain, dude. Maybe have like another interim project in the meantime. Oh, that only gives me a minute. Thanks. This hole is literally not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth spending the money to get into it. Let's see if I could Dr. Frankenstein a berry or a donut that's really good with basic berries. I don't think it's possible. Okay. See? This is the best you could do. Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay, that's funny. Thank you. No, I just checking because I didn't know about that either. I don't even know when that was added, truthfully. All right, this is exactly 2 stars. For some reason, the bonus isn't that good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Cassie berries. No, because Rosalie berries give you sweetness, and that's kind of the only one that really matters. So that's why okay, I'm only going to buy that from now on. The only other thing that might be worth buying are some of the EV altering berries. Alpha power, if you want an alpha of something. That's the only thing you're gonna get. Is honestly, the alpha power berries might not be that great. That might be if I just want to get in. You know what that's for? That's for if I want to go into a battle zone. That's exactly what I should use the alpha power ones for. Just to get in, even if I don't complete anything really. I could maybe defeat 3 enemies and get in and just do that. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna have to fight Mega Rayquaza. Rayquaza. It's Quake, like Rayquaza. I'm trying to relearn that word. I'm gonna have to fight Mega Rayquaza, so I'm gonna need a good Ice type. And a good Fairy type. And it's gonna have some Steel move that's gonna be stupid, by the way. Wait, what? No, I have the wrong berry on! Oh my god! I'm a dumbass. I had 1 Haban berry on it, and I didn't even notice. On all of those. No, not that. Jesus. Did I? Am I losing my mind? I know she does the Zelda thing. I don't think that's a throwback. I just think it's funny that it just happens to be the Zelda thing. I like how Wind Waker even parodies that. He's like, you got the clothes. I like how Wind Waker has those alternate lines if you want to play the game through on New Game Plus. They're like, wow, these clothes are so good. You can't even tell. No one can see them on you. They're invisible. You actually get invisible clothing so you could wear the outfit the whole game. That's what I'm telling you, man. Adding alternate costumes, even if it's just recolors like Smash Bros, is the fastest way to give your game extra oomph. I love that. Imagine if you could wear all the 4 Swords outfits in Wind Waker. It might be worth a playthrough every now and then. You don't have to play the same green outfit. I love Toon Link, man. I'm definitely playing Twilight Princess this year. 100%. I'm playing that again. I love that game. Obviously. In case anyone doesn't know my lore somehow. Okay. See, like, we have a 2-star battle hole over here. Maybe we should just do that. Because I'm not going in that Dragonair hole. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. Hello. Alpha power level 1. There you go. You get 7 minutes? Oh my god. Dude, this is so broken. This is so crazy good. And you get the chopped and screwed music. I love this. Are you kidding me? You literally get chopped and screwed music, which is a T-Pain song. I don't know. Everyone loved Buy You a Drink. I did not like that. I like chopped and screwed better. Perfect. Look at that. Oh my god, I love it here. Yes, I don't want to return to reality. This is like when I'm asleep at night and I'm dreaming and I'm having this very vivid dream about like this beautiful family that I have, and everyone I know is alive and well, and we're all having a fun time. You just fall into this like beautiful idyllic fantasy world where nothing bad has ever happened and ever will happen, and then you're forced to wake up back to reality. And my alarm is Final Fantasy music. In fact, it's Brute Abominator. That's how you know. That's why I started to hate that motherfucker, because I'm like, dude, I just want to wake up in peace. It's totally not even 14's fault. I could change my alarm every day, and I should do that. I just haven't done it yet. So every day I wake up and all I have is Brute Abominator playing, and I'm just like, oh geez, I hate my life. Basically, my dreams are just living the American dream, which is impossible anymore. At least I get to make content. Holy shit, we traded. That was cool. Seriously, I would just... Oh God, I would fucking dump another 400 Pokemon in this game. You have to add more boxes, though. Like, it would just be the biggest, like, 2.0 update in the history of Nintendo games. That is my ultimate copium, and I'm gonna huff it live on stream. Pokemon Legends ZA 2.0. We get a brand... I didn't even see which way he was looking, motherfucker. We get a brand new region. For Alligator. Okay, we're tagging you out. I don't know what the hell you're doing. We're still not gonna let you transfer Pokemon to the new Pokemon games? Yeah, whatever. It's definitely not a hyper priority. I think it's just something that they do out of obligation. Oh, frozen. I have more freezes in this game than any other Pokemon game I've ever played. You know, I think it's just something that they do out of Am I dead? Holy shit! Bro! Who wrote the translation for this? Who did the localization? Are you okay? Do we need to talk to someone? Am I dead? I mean, it's a totally valid thing to wonder based on where we are, but goddamn, dude. Motherfucker really said, am I dead? That reminds me, I will be doing another playthrough of Coliseum and XD. One final playthrough. When should we do that? Because here, okay, and I'll talk with Ash about this, but there's 2 things I want to do this year. Well, there's 3 things, technically. Oh, here we go. We need to fight this dude. He's got an alpha. Look at that shit. Oh my god, he is schmoovin'. Oh, dear god. You're stuck, aren't you? Very nice. Yeah, I thought about giving Marowak Ice Punch. Apparently Marowak cannot learn Ice Punch. So the only other thing I could do is give it like a steel move, maybe. Well, remember, these aren't even real people. These are like the subconscious projections of people in Lumiose. These are not real people. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll boot up one final playthrough of Pokemon. So basically what you do here, by the way, to cut off my own narrative, is you save and then you talk to this dude. And if he gives you a seed of mastery, you reset until you get bottle caps. FYI. There's a lot of things I've found out about this game, both reading the Reddit and also just through reading other sources. So whenever you beat one of these red trainers, I don't... Yeah, they reset, but it's whatever. Here you go. I think you can... Maybe, do you have to do it before you beat them? Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember what the post said. Look, man, I read shit at 2 in the morning, okay? Sue me. I don't fucking remember. Maybe it is. I have no idea. Maybe I have to say before you beat them. Whatever. We don't have a ton of time, so that's why I'm not gonna sweat it too much. It ain't a big deal. There's like a whole chart. Did I post it in the Discord? Because if I didn't, I trolled myself. Which would be really funny. And knowing me, that would be like par for the fucking course, honestly. What? Oh, whoops, I turned around. Why are you reading at 2 in the morning before I go to bed? Yeah, we have to do Pokemon Coliseum. We have to do Twilight, and obviously XD. We have to do Twilight Princess, and then we have to do Fire Emblem. No, legitimately reading. This was not a euphemism for fucking gooning, bro. Dude, I'm up until 2. I don't know why this is so outlandish to people. I crash out at 1. I mean, hey, that's you. Some days I am tired. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some days I'm just clocked the fuck out. Like, today I was asleep until I came on stream. And I was like, I'm not gonna break my streaming, you know, streak. At this point, how many days has it been? I've streamed every day this year. You think I'm gonna stop now for no reason? That would be incredibly stupid. So I was like, whatever. We'll just play Pokemon for like an hour, call it a day. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I did promise Gundam Otaku we would record, right? We're not gonna do any more of this bullshit where we don't. Oh my god, I'm not reloading. It's fine. If I am just a hologram, then where's my real body? Dude, that is depressing as shit. I love it. All the holograms are self-aware that they're not real people. They're just projections, astral projections in another dimension. Yeah, like, what would a second DLC, what legendaries could they even put in it? I think they should bring back the Paradox Pokemon, right? They could bring back the whole dimension bullshit. Let's see another dimension of the other people. It'll be the other gender main character, and Urbane or Tawny, depending who you chose, who you didn't get. And then that way they're like all in our dimension and stuff. They come from a dimension where they couldn't save Lumiose or some shit, I don't know. Because sometimes Pokemon will have a very, very mature story. And, you know, I goon this game to hell and back because of how good the story is compared to X and Y when, you know, the base game. X and Y story was boring as shit. I don't know what they were going for, but it's still not as bad as Gen 8, which is on another level of its own in terms of how bad it is. And I'd like to see some returning characters. I know, but it's different than Resident Evil, I swear. Resident Evil has an actual timeline. Pokemon has a timeline, but it's a cartoon game, bro. Is there anything stopping Agatha from still being alive and coming back? Of course not. They just have to have her come back. Who cares, dude? You think anyone's gonna complain that Agatha's, like, alive still in current year? I don't care. Honestly, I kind of hope her and Oaks show up just for reasons. And then they could have Oaks' Hawaiian look-alike cousins show up as well. For reasons as well, obviously. Don't tell me I'm too far. I like this. I'm like an anime villain right now. I'm on the top of the cliff. Okay. I love this music, by the way. It's chopped and screwed. It's beautiful. I would give this game the biggest 2.0 update in Nintendo history, and I would, if I was them, I would make sure motherfuckers knew it was the biggest update we've ever put out. It would be fucking gigantic. I would totally do that. I would be so evil if I was Nintendo. I would absolutely just like destroy people. I would make sure every single person knows, and I would have all the major YouTubers fucking cover it too. Free publicity, motherfuckers. Uncontested. Okay, what happens if time runs out and we're in a battle? Let's see. This thing is flying. Okay, it ends. It ends. I wonder what the lore implications are for Pokeballs being able to make Pokemon from hyperspace real. I guess that is kind of what hyperspace does, is it makes dreams into reality. I don't know if we should think too hard about that, because I certainly won't. Okay, cycle to nighttime, I guess? Do I have a Battle Royale ticket? No. I'm loving this, man. The donut change is seriously one of the best changes that they've made to this game. They also just should put it on the map. They fucking treat this map like dog shit. Here we go. Pomeg is HP, right? HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense. Okay, here we go. Fuck it, whatever. This dude literally opened up a berry farm somewhere off camera, and he's becoming super rich off people like me. It's actually disgusting. You know, this dude is probably making a shit ton of fucking money just because he bought a couple plots of land and grows a whole bunch of berries. Meanwhile, dumbasses like me can't grow shit. Isn't that great? I missed one, by the way. What did I miss? Qualot? Okay. Female with an adamant nature. Gee, thanks. Alright, so what I need to do, for anyone who's watched this playthrough so far, I need to actually fix my Meganium's EVs. So for example, right, like this is my starter Pokemon, right? We all know this. This is the first Pokemon I got in this game. So what I really want to do with it is I want to change, because I mean, okay, it's kind of a mixed attacker though, to be fair. Oh, I never changed your nature? Really? Dude, you're relaxed this whole game? I didn't even know. I have treated this poor Meganium terribly. Let's go to the mint people. Unless I want to make her timid. Let's make her timid, actually. I'm gonna have to write down where all these people are, by the way, because I'm never gonna remember this. I don't know why they're not just here. Why are they in some fucking tucked away part of the map? It's so ridiculous. Okay. We'll keep Iron Tail for coverage. Ah, damn. I wonder if Meganium gained any moves from the crack dealer. Where does this teleport you, by the way? Outside on the southwest side? Yes. I wonder if Meganium gained any moves from the crack dealer. Let's see. Rose got that shit in envelopes. Trailblaze is a physical move, maybe. Oh, shit, Seed Bomb. Wait, isn't Seed Bomb more powerful than this? First impression. I guess Pedal Dance. Solar Blade. I thought Seed Bomb had a much higher... Can Meganium learn Ancient Power again? Meganium used to be able to learn Ancient Power. Dude, my fucking Google Chrome is so slow. It's ridiculous. Learn set by TM. It's in Scarlet Violet. Holy shit, I didn't even know that. Oh, they don't have Legends ZA? No, they do. Yeah, Meganium can learn Ancient Power again. Holy shit. Seed Bomb, Pedal Dance, Solar Blade, and Frenzy Plant is also in the game. Huh. Alright, maybe I'll get rid of Iron Tail, because Iron Tail's good against what? Ice, which Rock will cover. And I end up get a few more shards, by the way. I don't have enough. Isn't that great? I have to figure out what TMs I'm actually missing. Oh my god, why is Google Chrome being so fucked? Frenzy Plant. TM. Oh, the TM icons are so cool looking, by the way. Has anyone ever seen them? Remember when you would put the CD to the Pokemon's head? And you would, like, press it in? I never understood how that works. You know, for as much as people, like, go crazy for TMs, it's wild. Yeah, also, if your Pokemon learns a move via TM, and it learns it via level up, you could use the TM to learn it via level up at any point at all. Psychic Fangs. Alright. Can I even get... maybe I'll get it later. That's good for physical Meganium builds, at least gain Solar Blade. I don't know, man. Like, sometimes these moves aren't that great, though. I guess you gain Seed Bomb, but doesn't Seed Bomb have more power, or am I just forgetting? Yeah, it has 80 power. Why the fuck did they nerf it? Oh, because it's a spread move. It fires 4 attacks for 35 damage, which is actually a buff. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, there was a lack of good physical moves and a lack of good steel moves. So it actually gives me a reason to, like, bust stuff open, but... Anyway, that's all the time we have. I think I'll end it there. And next time you see this, I'll probably max out the bar. As you can see, I haven't been playing a ton. To be fair, I need to do more stuff on 14, so... I want to thank everyone who showed up. Thanks, Ash. Thanks, I think Viff was here, right? Thanks, Narg. Thanks, Warlord. Like I said, this will be a shorter stream. I'm going to go record now with Gundam Otaku, which means I actually do have to close this game because we play on the Switch, too. Alright. I'll see y'all later. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.